In this video lecture, we are going to discuss about the principles of inheritance. Okay. So, in last video lecture, we discussed about the work of the Mendel. Okay. So, by the hybridization experiments, Mendel proposed some principle, some laws. Okay. So, those are called as the principles of inheritance. Okay. So, the laws are the principles which were given by the Mendels are called as the principle of inheritance, right? So Mendel on his hybridization experiments by using the one plant, that is the Pisum sativum, based on the experiments he concluded some principles. Okay, so those principles are nothing but the principles of inheritance, or it may be called as the Mendel's laws of inheritance, right? So it may be called as the Mendel's laws of the inheritance. So, based on his experiment, Mendel proposed mainly 4 laws. These laws are called as the principles of inheritance. Okay. So, first one is that unit characters, and second one is the law of dominance, and third one is the law of segregation, and fourth one is the law of independent assortment. Okay. So, before going to the actual experiment, actual laws, so we have to know about some terminologies which were used in these 4 cases. So the basics, fundamentals or basic terminologies used in these cases are, so first one is the G. Okay. So what do you mean by G? G is nothing but it is a fundamental unit of heredity which have a control on characters, right? So what do you mean by G? G is nothing but it is a fundamental unit of heredity, or it is the unit of heredity which have a control on characters and also have property of inheritance, right? So G is the fundamental unit which have control on characters and have the property of inheritance, means transferring the characters from generation to the generation, that is nothing but the parents to the offspring. Okay. And second one is that alleles. What do you mean by alleles? Right? See here, genes are always occur in alternative pairs, right? So the alternative forms of gene is called as the alleles, right? So the alternative forms of genes are called as the alleles. Okay. So they are different version of the character or gene. Okay. So the alleles are nothing but these are the alternative forms of gene, right? So genes always have the alternative forms. Those alternative forms are called as the alleles, right? So what these alleles can do? These alleles have different versions of the same character, right? So they have the different version of the same character. For example, let us consider one character, that is size. Size, not size. This is height, right? Height of the plant, right? So height is one character, which is that, let us consider this is one character. This height character is controlled by one gene, right? That is the capital T. Let us consider capital T is the one gene which controlling the one character, that is height. Okay. So this height may be tall or may be dwarf, right? So there is chances that the height may be tall or dwarf. Okay. So this tall or dwarf is controlled by the alternative forms of genes. that is nothing but the alleles, right? So let us consider tau is controlled by capital T and dominant is controlled by the small t, right? So this small t and capital T, these are nothing but the alternative forms of gene, that is T, right? So this is called as the alleles. And third one is that dominant alleles. Dominant alleles. Okay. So what do you mean by dominant alleles? Those alleles which can express its character, okay? Those alleles which express itself and hides the character of the recessive genes. Okay. So dominant alleles are those which can hide and which can mask the characters of the recessive gene and express themselves. Those are called as the dominant alleles. So the alleles which express itself, they can express themselves and they can hide or mask the characters or expression of the recessive gene. Okay, those are called as the dominant alleles. And next one is the fourth one, that is the recessive alleles, right? So what do you mean by recessive alleles? The alleles which can suppress or which can hidden by the dominant alleles. Okay, the alleles which can get hidden or masked by the dominant alleles, right? So those are called as the recessive alleles. Are the alleles which express only at homozygous condition is called as the recessive alleles. Okay, so these are the some terms. Except this, there are other terminology. That fifth one is the genotype. What do you mean by genotype? Simple, which is nothing but the genetic constitution of the individual. That is nothing but the genotype. The genetic constituent of the individual or any organism is called as the genotype. And second one is the phenotype. As name indicates, pheno means physical, right? So in this case, the observable characters of individual. The observable characters of individual are the observable and morphology or physical appearance of an individual or of any organism is called as the phenotype. Okay. So these are some basics terminology which are used in these principles of inheritance. Okay. The first law of the principles of inheritance is that unit characters. Okay. So first one is the unit characters. Right. So what unit character states? It states that the inheritance of more characters, more different characters are controlled by number of genes which occurs in pair. So this is the unit character. Okay. So unit character states that the inheritance of more are different characters. The inheritance of different characters are controlled by a number of genes which occur in pair. Okay, the meaning is that any organism can inherit more kinds of characters. Okay, so those more kinds of characters can be controlled by a number of genes, because one character is controlled by specific character is controlled by the specific genes, right? So different characters can be controlled by the different genes. Okay, so those different genes are occur in pairs. Already we discussed genes are always occur in pairs, that is gene have the alternative forms. Let us consider that there is one organism. Let us consider there is one capital A is one organism which can inheriting more different characters. For example, this is one character, this is one character, this is one character. So 1, 2, 3 are the different characters. 3 or more than 3 are the different characters. Okay. So this one character is controlled by a pair of genes. Let us consider small a is a pair of gene, right? So this character is controlled by this gene, and this second character is controlled by this gene, and third character is controlled by this gene, right? So each character were controlled by the each specific genes, right? So this is nothing but the unit character. And second one will be the law of dominance. Law of dominance, right? So in this case, law of dominance, okay, this law states that a cross is made between two pure breeds of same organisms, okay, with differ in one contrasting character, okay. The character appear in F1 generation is called dominant, and the disappeared is called recessive, right? So this is the law of dominance. So law of dominance states that a cross is made between two pure breeds of same organisms with differ in one contrasting character. The characters appear in F1 generation is called as dominant characters, and those disappeared character is called as the recessive characters, right? So here the cross is made between two pure breeds. Pure breeds means homozygous conditions, right? So what do you mean by homozygous? So homozygous is nothing but the characters controlled by same alleles, or they have the same genotypes. Okay. For example, capital T, let us consider this is the tallness of the this will control the tallness of the character. Okay. So this condition is called as the homozygous condition, right? So this is the homozygous. There are some other forms: homozygous dominant forms, homozygous hetero forms. So this is the homozygous dominant form. Okay. In homozygous hetero form, what it looks like capital T, small t. This is the homozygous dominant. Sorry, this is the heterozygous dominant dominant form. So this is the homozygous dominant form. Okay, so this is the homozygous dominant form. So pure pairs are nothing but the homozygous organism differ in one contrasting character. What do you mean by contrasting character? A character with its difference is nothing but the contrasting character. Same tallness, that is the height of the plant. Okay, the height of the plant is the character, and difference in that character is nothing but tall and dwarf. Okay, so this is height is the character. The contrasting character of height is, it may be tall, it may be dwarf. That is nothing but the contrasting character. Okay, the characters appear in F1 generation is called as dominant, and those disappeared in the F1 generation are called as the recessive. Right? Okay, we will so this law of dominance can be explained through monohybrid cross. Right? So we will explain what you mean by monohybrid cross. In case of monohybrid cross, what happens? Law of dominance. The example is monohybrid cross. Okay. So here what happens? Mendel taken pea plant. Okay. So he taken pea plant for his hybridization experiment. He considered one contrasting character, that is the height of the plant. Okay. So what he did? He taken one pea plant, that is one tall pea plant, and another one is a dwarf pea plant. Okay. So these are the parents. This P indicates the parents. And second one is the genes, which is represented by gene. Okay. So the tallness of the character is controlled by a pair of alleles, that is nothing but the capital T, capital T. Okay. And the dominant character is controlled by the small t, small t. Right. So these are the pair or alleles of the gene. Okay. And this capital T is dominant over the small t. Okay. The condition is that this capital T is dominant over the small t's. Okay. And our parents, we have taken parents, those parents are the homozygous condition. Homozygous condition. Okay. So these two parents are in the homozygous condition. And gametes. Okay. So out of two alleles, the gamete will be capital T. Okay, because gametes are haploid in nature. So we can take only one T. And here also, this is also homozygous condition, and we can take small t as the gamete. Okay. And next part, we are going to cross this tall pea plant with dwarf pea plant. Okay. So we have to cross. Okay. So in F1 generation, we will get capital T, small t. Okay. What is the phenotype of this F1 generation? The phenotype of the F1 generation is, it is the tall pea plant. Okay. So why it shows the tallness? Because the offspring or the F1 generation can have capital T along with the small t. This is the heterozygous condition. So this condition is called as the heterozygous condition. Okay. So this capital T, which represents the tallness character, right? And this small t, which represents the dwarfness character, right? So we know that this capital T is dominant over the recessive, that is the small t. That's why this capital T expresses its character and it suppresses or masks the characters of the small t. That's why in the F1 generation, the plants are tall in nature. So this is the law of dominance, right? So when a pair of contrasting character made a cross between, when a cross is made between the homozygous or pure organism differ in one contrasting character, that is tallness of the plant and dwarfness of the plant. Okay. So in F1 generation, the character appeared is called as the dominant. So capital T is the dominant and the character disappeared is called as the recessive. So this capital T is dominant, right? And this small t is recessive. Right? So this is the law of the dominance.